32-25.
So here are the Bears now for their opening drive.
They'll be led by a three-time Pro Bowler in his fifth season. It's Deshaun Watson. They will run for the first time with Miles Sanders. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Watson now to throw. Throw caught by Raymond. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. Now Watson. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. Kingsley Keke in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry, and he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple. The numbers on the ground for Henry last week. 9 carries, 55 yards, and a touchdown.
We play old school football now. We've got the top 10 rusher in the league. He's sitting at number 10. Up with a big-time game, so expect that offensive line every time they go to the bench and tell the offensive coordinator, let's run the football.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. A first down carry for Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Derrick Henry with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Vikings have taken a first-quarter lead. Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. It's caught. And it's 8-0. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
Watson on first down.
And that went a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. 2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy.
And unable to get downhill there, as he'll take this up to about the 37. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. Out of the gun, Watson. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the 1st, right around the 42. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Here's Williams to return.
A nice punt, but a good run back as well of 13 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive.
And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. This one to Bourne out on the left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line.
despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. 1 quarter down, 8-0 the score. They go play action. Mayfield gonna let one fly for Robinson. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. Allen Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. They'll give it to the fullback up the middle. And he will bowl his way in there for the 2 points. I think we're sensing a trend here. 2 first-half touchdowns. After going for 2 after the first score, CD, I thought maybe they would kick the PAT here. No, they get 2 more.
No, they decided to really press the advantage because, remember, getting the 2 after the first score, you've already got the other team back on their heels if they're going to mount a comeback. But to go up 2 scores and 2 two-point conversions, you've really got them thinking on the other sideline.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Open man is Quintez Cephas. 7 yards, the pickup there. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He gets this complete to Cephas.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
The Sanders there with a first down carry that might have gotten a yard, if that. Second down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A shotgun snap for Watson. He's got Smith here.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And that will be incomplete. Really solid coverage from the current NFC Defensive Player of the Week. Also had an interception in that game a week ago.
And it was fun to watch him in practice this week, wasn't it? To see how he understands spacing and when the ball's arriving, which hand to put out in front to try and knock it away. And he just exhibited it on that play.
So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them their first 3 points.
So if you're an offensive coordinator and you're averaging a point a drive, you're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
And we spotlight Derrick Henry now. A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
And you can do it both ways. We usually talk about it in the reverse, however.
No doubt about it.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he is out. But not before he's inside the 30.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Now this one complete on the slant route. Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. The 2 are going to try and throw for it toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The 3rd time wasn't a charm. They got the first 2 two-point tries, still had the lead, but couldn't get. The 3rd.
Okay, so they didn't get this one, but I have to ask you, what matchup are they seeing that they feel that confident to go for 2 so often?
Yeah, and we talk about this a lot, but it has to be something, you're right, that they saw all week, correct?
Definitely game planned for. Felt good about being aggressive and going for it. And right up until that one, they had gotten 2 for 2.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson out to the flat here for Johnson. And he's upended after a gain of 4 up to the 25-yard line. Throwing on 3rd down. Watson. A throw for Pittman is intercepted. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. After the turnover, it's Tua. He'll buy some time right. Tua hit, and the ball is out. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. They fake the handoff. Now Tua. That'll be caught. It's Reagor. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Tua going to throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Tua Tagovailoa. As the first half is winding down. And the Vikings will extend their lead here just before halftime. And this is going to be caught. It's good. And that extends their lead by 2 more. So they elect to pass there on the 2-point try. Sometimes can prove risky there. It worked out.
Yeah, and I love how you bring up that it can prove risky, because if you get it intercepted and they return it, that's 2 points for the defense, but not on that play.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. On first down, Sanders not finding a whole lot as he'll get forward for about 3. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. From the 30 on second down, Watson throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. The final shot before the break, Watson. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So you want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. The Vikings have to like their position. They've got the lead. They get this football as well as we are back and underway for the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half? And that's caught inside the 35. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. Play action. Now it's Tua. Open right side, complete to Reagor. Touchdown, Vikings! Jalen Reagor with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Vikings come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. They'll look to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. On first down, Watson. The toss here completed to Pittman.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays, because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage, as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage, because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
3rd and 2, Watson. And he's caught on the sideline, but he's not going to have a first down. They say he was out of bounds, so a big call there. That brings up 4th. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. 43 yards on the punt, return of 4, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And last time out, another touchdown. I think there may be some empty seats around here by the time the 4th quarter comes around. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A lot of ground to cover. 2nd and 22. Another try after the first down sack. Tua. This ball complete to Reagor. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Reagor. Excellent work there to get in on the touchdown run. And the Vikings are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it. They add on more. A little salt in the wound. 2-point conversion makes this lead even bigger.
I think this is just going to be a function of the times we live in now. Very similar to the bat flip in baseball. Everyone's got to start to get comfortable with this. But to me, this is just rubbing it in. You got a big lead. Go ahead and take the extra point. One thing to keep in mind, though, karma's still out there. And sometimes it has a way of catching up with you.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. On first down, it's Watson. And this one taken in by Cephas. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a
rush coming, and he's taken down. Xavier McKinney. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? From the gun, Watson. They'll check this down to Johnson. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here's Jordan Berry now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. On the return is Williams. A 40-yard punt, given 3 on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkle.
Touchdown! Jalen Reagor, 71 yards. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Mike Zimmer's made the decision. His guys will go for 2. Here's Tua. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on the 2-point try.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none, because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Sanders, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes 3rd down tougher. 3rd down and 9. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back to throw, Watson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. This is taken at the 18. It's a 47-yard punt, but they did give up 10 on the return. Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? And now off to the races, down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Reagor, 72 yards. yards. And the Vikings are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this fourth quarter advantage. They're going to try and run. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1.
Well, partner, since this new two-point rule came into play, offense has spent a lot more time working on it. That means the defenses are doing the exact same thing.
Out of the end zone comes Johnson. And he returns this to the 22. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. To throw again on second down. Watson. Open man is Raymond. He's got it. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is Jones. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Here's Watson. He's going to air one out. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Here's 2nd and 10. Watson looks to throw again. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Dumping it off for Johnson. Powering his way forward. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A big play there on the catch and run. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Watson. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. From the 17, Watson. And that's complete to Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. He's going to drop this down to Sanders. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. Extra point up and through by Myers as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that almost their first INT of the ball game. Had his sights on it, but he couldn't seal the deal. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. Open man, it's Reagor. He's got it. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He'll get this right back to Reagor. And they get this all the way inside Chicago's 10. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is in a...
And it'll be intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guy will get the football back.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Looking to throw again on second down. Watson. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. One last throw here for Watson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Vikings, the final 3 weeks are going to tell